for the next couple hours here. If you have any specific tanks you want me to play, just kind of holler at me. That sounded really stupid. Just type them out in the chat. Just kind of give me a general sense as to what tanks you want me to play. I'll do my best. I have quite a bit of tanks, but I don't exactly own all of them, of course. So if I don't own a specific tank you want me to play, just kind of give me a general sense as to what type of tank you want me to play, and I'll try to match it the best I can. Now, on this map, T110E5, on mines, I'm going to be heading up. I don't want to 1 and 2 line. I don't have enough alpha nor armor to kind of slug it out in the bottom there. Most likely the Mouse and maybe the Jagged Panzer are going to head down there. I don't want to fight toe-to-toe against those two guys. Not that our team's going to do very well defending that without me there, but I'm banking on us doing well enough on the rest of the map to gain advantage in the high ground. Then we won't have to worry about that too much. But we'll see how that works out. Okay, so he spotted me. Gonna take a little bit of swerving here. Yep, we see that Jagged Panzer. Yeah, he took one shot. Don't know if there's going to be anybody else over here yet. But I'm just going to keep inching up to keep things moving. Looks like a lot of their tanks are in the center. And then I know that big one-shot Jagged Panzer E100 is not over here. So it doesn't mean I'm in the clear, but it means that rounding the corner I do have to worry about SPG fire. But I don't have to worry too much about a nasty tank destroyer getting me. Alright, but let's try to take out this CDC. Now, maybe a lot of tanks pissed off at us here. I'm going to be backing up a bit just because do not want to be in front of that many times. Ah, shit. Of course I did something stupid and I sat out where I knew that they could see me. Alright, so we have plenty of guys here now. Let's just push up here ahead. I know this Leopard 1's gonna try to take a shot at me here. I'm just gonna keep moving a bit here. Just gonna keep on plowing through. Don't have to worry. Shit, that was a bad shot. Don't have to worry too much about their arty, because if you close in fast enough on enemy tanks, they're not going to take a shot and potentially hit their teammates. But yeah, the enemy just got outflanked here. This is going to be pretty quick and easy now. But, yeah, of course I hit his track. They made it a little easy for us though. They left that entire route open there, and that's going to be their downfall. Hello, Mr. Mouse. Just gonna kind of waste a shot there, but I just want to get around him. I assume that other people are going to come, but I should be low enough to where he can't really penetrate me. I always kind of do the maneuver to kind of keep backing up or keep rotating around them. Then once their gun gets on me, usually people take another second to fire. You start heading in the opposite direction, and a lot of the times they'll either completely miss you or bounce off of you because the change in direction, they just don't really account for that. Alright, so that kind of hurt, but a win's a win. But yeah, if you're on a team and you see this entire flank is open, at least, even if you're a tier 8 in this match, pop over here just so you can see something and let your team know that they're coming, because we just pretty much drove around and killed them all. So overall, not that bad of a match, pretty quick and easy. Only did 1,890 damage, destroyed 2 tanks, spotted a bit, and took a little bit of damage. But a win's a win, I'll take it. So let's hop into something a little different here. Let's switch things up. Let's play a non-American tank. Why don't we play the VK-4502? Alright, so Prokofka. I know I can't really pronounce that right, but this map, there are 2 already, and we have 3. I'm just kind of deciding which side I want to head on. The armor on this thing, very good frontally. However, they can still penetrate me with gold rounds, of course. And then arty can make pretty short work of me. I'm not very good on the hill. However, I will see what side needs one. Pretty much, if I don't know where I want to go, it all boils down to what side I think I'll be more useful on. So I'm gonna just back up a little bit. See which side. Looks like all of our tier 10s are heading to that side. Almost nobody is heading to this side, so what the hell, I'll head over here. Hopefully they push pretty hard on that side, because otherwise we're going to be in a little bit of trouble here. Alright, so don't really have a good shot on any of these guys. However, yeah, that was a pretty bad shot. I always take a whiff in the beginning to see if I get lucky, but I kind of aimed too high on that one. But I'm just going to push down to roughly the middle of the C line here, behind this light tank. I should be fairly safe from being spotted from back here. I'm not going to totally be immune to being spotted, but I should be safe enough to where I'm not going to get shot that much. This tank with the rear mounted turret, you do not have a lot of gun depression, which is my problem here. I would very much like to actually participate in shooting these tanks, but I cannot get into a good position to actually do that without moving up, which I just got shot at there, without moving up and being within spotting range of them. Alright, so here comes an IS-7. I'm going to swap over to APCR here, so otherwise I'm not going to have enough oomph to get through his armor here at range. Ideally, I'm going to track him and spin him around, but I'll take damage. Alright, there's this AMX 1390 that stopped right there. Now, I have APCR loaded, which of course I missed them. Doesn't exactly help. Doesn't help that this IS-7 is closing in on us now too. Now we have a bulldog zooming around over here. Yeah, this is not good. I have a lot of tanks closing in, and it'd be nice if somebody could help me with this bulldog. Thank you. Thank you, Artie. Alright, so he used his repair kit up. Now, while I am concerned about him, I also can't expose too much of my armor to the other guys, or else I'm gonna take a shit ton of damage. Oh shit. Hey, are you actually gonna not kill him? I'd say, I was hoping he would kill him quick and I'd have a shot in the IS-7, but that actually worked out in our favor. Holy crap, I saw us getting swarmed over here, but fortunately it looks like the rest of their tanks actually didn't push up. I was expecting their tanks in the middle to kind of push up and envelop us, but that didn't happen. Now I don't see this Type 5 heavy, so I'll actually keep pushing up just in case I have this WZ-120. If not, I have this AMX 1390 here to kind of shield me. So shit, there's a T-57 over here as well. He kind of fired from over here on me, so I'm just going to be a little careful here. It's from where he... okay, I was about to say where he spotted me from. He definitely has to be over there on the hill. So he's going to be a goner here. I'm going to swap back over to standard because with this Type 5, I'm either going to penetrate him or I'm not, depending on where I hit. My APCR will help a little bit, but pretty much if I don't penetrate him with standard, I don't feel like it's really worth me wasting money on APCR. I'd rather just use standard because I'm going to bounce with APCR if I can't penetrate him anyway. So his armor's pretty good all around, but if I hit a strong spot, APCR won't help me. So pretty well played match on our team on this part. They definitely squandered the chance. I don't know why he's complaining that we won. He squandered the chance to, or their team squandered the chance to push up hard on our 1-3 line, take us out, and then we'd be in a bit of trouble, but they just didn't commit enough to that. Alright, so another decent match here. 3,201 damage. Didn't really spot or soak up any damage, but I'll take it. Whoops, wrong button. Alright, so let's hop in, change the playstyle a little bit. Again, we have something heavily armored there. Why don't we swap over to the IS-4 now? Which again, if you want me to play any specific tanks, just type it out in chat and I'll do my best to... I believe I can do that though. Just need to adjust that to be general volume here. Yeah, I've had the in-game chat turned off for quite a while now. I've only used TeamSpeak, Ventrilo, and whatnot. I haven't used the in-game mode in a while. Alright, so, but yeah, to record, I actually have most of my sounds on really low, if you've noticed. Yeah, I can hear you now. But yeah, most of my sounds are on low or muted, just because things like the music in World of Tanks, it actually doesn't really work well with recording videos. It's taken me a while to figure out the different settings for this. Alright, so as usual, I usually focus on this road here in the center of town. Doesn't always work, but I like taking risks. I only have this E5 here to help me, so hopefully the enemy doesn't push hard into me, but we'll see how this works out. Okay, so he definitely spotted me there. Let's hop over here just because I have no eyes on my backside here. I'll keep an eye on to see if they push into town, but so far we have this pretty well set here. Okay, so this E50M's pushing. Don't exactly trust myself to lead him correctly down here. Which unfortunately he's just out of my line of sight. Crap. I thought that would have connected. I don't want to push around this corner because this T-54 is here. It's also an IS-7 that is flirting with the town. Alright, I've got to make some kind of a move here. Alright, here's an E50. Luckily, he moved a little bit closer to me. And of course, he got taken out. Go figure. I'll tempt my luck here. Oh, nice job. I'll let him burn out. I don't want to steal that guy's glory. Alright, so there's two bat chat arties here. I gotta be aware of. Which, of course, I'm being hit right now. Alright, so he just spotted me again. So I'm gonna just pop on back. That was pretty stupid on my part there. So I'm just gonna keep backtracking here. I'm feeling like this IS-7 is going to back up, or the E100. I should be able to pop them there. Always be aware of your surroundings. So So at least I've got one hit in so far. This IS-7's gonna make this same mistake here if this... Okay. Let's say if this guy gets out of my way, but we might as well just advance now. Another shot on him before I push up further. These guys don't have a lot of HP, so it would be in our best interest to just keep on pushing. Just gonna block him here. Yeah, at least he's smart enough to back up. Thank you for the fire. Alright, so we have an M103 behind us. We're kind of being flanked ourselves, so I'm gonna push on back to flank him. Since he does have more HP than me, I do have the better gun, better DPM, but just gonna be safe here and head behind him so I kind of get the jump on him. This way he can't exactly move back anymore. Let's try to get lucky again and get another hit on his engine, so I might be able to set him on fire. I have a feeling like most of the guys are going to push down to the flag. I'm going to just head back here just in case. And never mind, that T-32 is pulling back. I kind of expected him to keep pushing on, or for him to head right at us. But I'll take it. I should... Thank you again, FE. I was about to say, I was looking forward to a nice easy kill there. But just in case this AMX 1390 pushes on ahead, I'm gonna just head back to the base. I'm not gonna be able to reach the flag anyway in time. Alright, pretty quick and easy win here. Or, not too quick. We left a little bit of time on the clock, but pretty standard match. I thought we were going to be in a little bit of trouble there and probably midway through, but our team ended up keeping together and the enemy just was a little too spread apart, and we got a few quick easy shots in on them. I thought I made a huge mistake when I pushed down here with no support, but luckily the IS-4 has quite a bit of HP to burn through before you get into trouble. Alright, so a decent match here. 2,600 damage. Not much else, but a win in the end. Alright, so let's see. Let's just pop in a non-heavy tank now. Why don't we try... I don't feel like playing the Patton right now. Why don't we try the 183? Alright, so we're going to go a little heavy-handed on the firepower here. Alright, not exactly the best map here for this tank, and even Graham's tank, but we're going to give it a go. I only say that because I feel like this side of the map very important to actually win, and the only real spot you have is the 6-7 line for these tanks because not much gun depression, especially for the 183. If you try fighting on the hill, you're pretty much screwed. So I'm going to be hopefully reliant upon my team to spot for me on the 1 and 2 line.
Up and at 'em, lads.
Okay, so hopefully we're going to do a bit of overkill here and get some spotters. This is the problem with the 183. I like the tank, but at the same time, you're really reliant upon the map, the enemy team to line up perfect spots for you, and your team to help you, because it's really not a flexible tank. You're really one-dimensional in this thing. But when you get those one-shot hits, pretty fantastic to play. So I'm going to approach this semi like the VK game. I'm going to set up right around the center of the C line to begin with and kind of go from there. There's no artillery, so I can be a little bit more liberal with where I set up. There are these destroyed tanks on this version of the game, which help me out a little bit. Not a ton, but they do allow me to sit a little bit further from the road and have a little bit of cover to go with it. But judging by where the enemy team is right now, I can keep pushing up a little bit now. I just want to push up until I can get some nice hits on them. I just don't want to push up too far and present myself too big of a target for them to pass up. Yeah. But yeah, this is going to be pretty interesting. Alright, so very poor aim time for me. Unfortunately, I have no shot there, so what the hell, we're going to have to put... This is like the only real play we have here, since our whole team's on this side. Alright, this T-30's, and unfortunately he had a good shot. I was about to say, this T-30 is pushing a little too far and I might have a good hit on him. That works. I'll hide behind you. There. Just like the first couple wins, we're presenting a little bit of an opportunity for the enemy team here to just flank us. And I'm hoping that this guy ends up turning. He's... Somehow I completely missed that. That's a huge fuck up on our part. I'm trying to help you. I'm taking a ton of damage here. He's taking a ton of damage here. I have a feeling we're screwed.
Done for. Everyone, get out.
Yeah, that definitely did not work out too well. Alright. So, pretty sure I had 0 damage there. Let's just brush that out of memory. I'm just gonna pop out of here for a second. Next up, we'll be playing the T110E3. Alright, so let's hop into the T110E3 here. Since 183, very hit or miss whether I do good or not in that. It's just kind of right the ship with the E3 here. Let's get going now. But the E3, probably my, I wouldn't say favorite tier 10, but most reliable / favorite tier 10. Compared to the T110E4, I feel like it edges it out just because its positives are very, I don't know. Basically, it has very strong strengths, and its weaknesses aren't very negative in my opinion. The lack of a turret and lack of speed, I can get over that. I'd much rather have the gun depression, better gun, and better frontal armor that the E3 has compared to the E4. Alright, so let's see, T92 and the FV. I'm kind of concerned about them, but I'm gonna actually try to push through the middle. I'm gonna try here. It doesn't always work. However, sometimes you can squeak in. I kind of see that they only have one true fast tank. I kind of see that they only have one true medium to kind of push and give me trouble to begin with. But usually I can squeak in here unless there's the British tier 10 already, I forget exactly the name, and a lot of mediums that'll pop up here to begin with. Since that is not the case, hopefully, I should be able to slot in here and kind of establish a presence. But also, even if I wanted to go down here, I don't like going down here because you're forced to fight just straight ahead. Most of the team went down there, so I would most likely turn back anyway, just because they don't need me down here, or down there. But hopefully by me being up here, I'll be able to kind of support them from the back, and we'll be able to fight pretty well off up here unless we get swarmed. Alright, so it looks like they're not really pushing too far. I'm gonna try to head around here. Doesn't exactly work all the time being in the T110E3, but I'll take the risk since I have a little bit of backup here with me. Shit, I thought that IS-7 was on my side of the mountain. Just gonna get a hit on that waffle trigger. Kinda sucks that I took 2 hits there. But he's low HP. Not that he's out of the fight, but I think we scared him off enough to where he's not going to be. Okay, this guy... There we go, thank you. These guys just keep wanting to pop out, though. So I'm just going to back up just a hair. They already should not be able to hit me. But I just want to back up a little bit. Alright, never mind. He changed his location. So I'm just going to move it ahead a little bit here. I will be presenting... Yeah, I have no clue why somebody would do that. I always try to carry automatic fire extinguishers on my tank. They're just worth the extra price in my opinion. Just gonna keep angling here a little bit. It's not gonna protect me from most shots because I'm so close up, but it'll help out enough. We just need to get one of these tanks out and we'll be golden. Alright, this M103. Alright, we have the Conquerors pushing now. So I just need to bump up here a little bit, get their attention again. So this M103 is gonna pop out here and try to get a quick shot on me. Alright, so screw it. It's just force their hand now. There we go, gonna give him a little bit of room. This M103 is gonna get a shot on me, but not terribly concerned about him. Unless my... okay, thank you very much. But unless my team doesn't push up, which they scared me for a minute there. Okay, thank you very much. And he's a goner. Alright, they got all the guys down there, except for the E5. So I'm just gonna pop down this way, or not. So, pretty nice match here. We only lost one tank. I almost died, but with the E3, I play it pretty aggressively. A lot of people try to play further back, which does help your armor out. I play further back if I have a disadvantage against the enemy in front of me. Basically, if I'm overwhelmed on my flank, I'll play further back. However, we have numbers there. Might as well play as fast as possible and as aggressively as you can without dying. And it paid off. A little over 3,000 damage. I blocked a little bit, spotted for a little bit. So overall, pretty nice match. Alright, so things are going well so far. Just played that tank. Why don't we hop into... where did it go? Alright, so I haven't exactly played the T62A in a while. Now, T62A, Russian tanks are very good in clan wars. However, in public matches, playing alone, not platooned, I find they struggle just a hair. They struggle just a hair, in my opinion, because with the lower alpha, you'll find yourself kind of outmatched at times if you're playing alone. And I find tanks that have either a ton of armor or a ton of alpha work a little bit better solo in tier 10, which is what I usually play. However, if you're playing with a group of one other or two people, it works pretty well because you have very good DPM. It's very flexible, and no matter what medium you have, you're pretty well off. Just deciding which way we want to go.
Бой начинается.
But we'll see how it goes. T62A, I've owned this since it was the first one to come out. But I do believe that the tank that he's in, I actually like a little bit better due to the gun depression. But I do believe the 262A, I like it just because The tank before it is a little bit better off to play, and if you're just in it for the tier 10, if you just play for the tier 10, then the 140, a little bit better option, but tier 10 isn't exactly the end-all be-all. Okay, so there they are. We found them. So this is where you kind of lose the alpha battle here. You do not want to fight toe-to-toe. I'm just going to auto-aim him. Wanted my turret to be able to drop down enough to hit him, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. I'm just gonna kind of seeing when I have enough gun depression and if he's up enough to where I can get a good shot on him. Alright, so it doesn't look like they have much support that way, so I'm actually going to push down here. Okay, so there's the AMX Foch 155. He's down here alone now. We'll see if he actually has support with him. Hello, buddy. Yeah, you've got to deal with us back here. I'm gonna take a pretty nasty shot there, but I felt like it was well worth it. Let's hopefully get this light tank out here. Let's see if we can get him. There we go. Now, this Foch might be trying to reposition on us, but we have a pretty decent flank on him right now. We have this other object, 140 here. Okay, there's the waffle tragger. Hopefully our enemy team, or not the enemy team, hopefully our team decides to push with us here, or else we're gonna be screwed here. My friend died. But I have a feeling that we came out on the upper hand there. Hello, Jackalope. Yeah. See, I don't mind taking a win. I'd rather win and then do a ton of damage. And Jackalope, if you have any tanks you want me to play, just type them out in chat. I'll try to get them the best I can. Which, there is a 60-second delay, so if it takes me a little bit to respond to you, then that might be why. So he took a couple shots there. I usually don't stick to see the end of matches, but I thought that this might not take that long. But we'll see what this IS-4 is going through here. But yeah, pushing down a 3-line, 4-line, I saw a little bit of an opportunity, and I think it worked out for us. Unfortunately, the 1 and 2 line didn't push as fast as I thought they would, but at the same time, I think they pushed fast enough to where it was a positive on our end for our team. I'm just waiting to see how this works out. We should have this. That Object 140 Yeah, he's probably going to make it in time. I just hope that... Yeah, I was about to say. Let's hopefully that didn't happen, and it did happen. Which, holy shit. Alright, so... We're starting to fall a little bit behind here. Now, I'm all for capping, but when there's still a couple mediums out there that can get you don't exactly have a lot of HP, there's still an arty, you're better off trying to push ahead and take them out, because now our team's just kind of falling apart one by one. They all have low HP, and yeah. This isn't looking good for us. Alright, so at least that FV is still running away, but that Leopard 1 and 140 have a decent amount of HP where unfortunately the E4 can't exactly block a shot to save its life, and 140 has decent armor, but again, I don't think it's going to be enough to shrug off them. If they were smart, one of them would spot, one of them would sit a little bit behind, aimed in, and they'll just kind of pick them off one by one. But it really should be the Object 140 out ahead of the E4 spotting for him. That's the only way that they're gonna... Which, sitting out... Oh god. I don't think this guy realizes that he could pretty much be shot from 80% of the map. But the only chance they really have is if that 140 spots for him, E4 and him take somebody out in one salvo, and yeah, but we'll see if they get lucky here. There we go. It's gonna be a close one, but they're both lit up, unfortunately. But yeah, I have a feeling that that Leopard pushed out there as a spotter, and that 140 was kind of sitting back, just fully aimed in, waiting. I know, I was wrong. Close loss in the end. Probably could have did a few things differently, but tried. Had I sat and fought head on there, us three mediums would have been in a bit of trouble. But overall, not a terrible match, but I feel like we did what we could. Hello, Zach. Alright, so we hop into something a little different here. Why don't we try out a KV2? KV2, not always the most practical tank in the world, but pretty enjoyable. I agree. Alright, so as you see here, I don't use any standard ammo here, AP wise. Zach, you probably missed, I think, the first 45 minutes.
Бой начинается.
We'll see where everybody else goes first. Okay, so I was just waiting to see how many people are actually going to head over to the other side. Usually the entire team heads to the 1 to 4 line, and that side's completely empty. Yeah, basically if you're playing the KV2, it's basically just built to chuck HE. Alright, so this KV-1S needs to push back. Alright, so I do have to be concerned about Artie here. But I am going to try to push up and get a shot on this ARL while he's not paying attention on me, or pay attention to me. That'll get him to back off. Now we have this V. Crap, our KV-1S just took a big hit there. Just need to point my gun out here. Hopefully that'll get them to back off if they know what's good for them. But, shit, I just completely whiffed there. And shit, our mediums are pushing behind them. Alright, so these guys need us to keep their attention. As if that's okay. I wasn't loaded. But this M4 is pretty much on his own unless we can take these guys out. Which he should. He looks like he's doing a pretty good job. Thank you, M4. Whoops. Wrong chat. This guy knows he's in for some trouble. Alright, so the enemy team is actually... we got owned. I don't know how we got owned, but... if he believes that, okay. Thank you. But they're probably gonna push into our flag. But hell, let's just push right for their flag here. We're closer to their flag than our flag. I'd much rather try to get them to turn back than to try to fight them. I love it when people kind of talk shit when you killed them. Like, yeah, missed a couple shots there, but at the end of the day, if you're dead, shouldn't be complaining in chat to people. I'm just gonna kind of hide behind this rock here, but I also know it'll protect me from Artie, and you can get a couple good angles here if need it. But yeah, their FV is going to be a little bit annoying to fight against. Fortunately for us, he shouldn't have an angle on everything. But I'm just gonna, of course, sit here the best I can. There we go. One more shot will finish him off. But yeah, I'm just gonna stay under cap. Try to... Okay, never mind. So I'd say try to get that FV out, but he's just kind of sitting back there waiting. Which he's gonna rush Graham here. I'm gonna wait for him. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for him, wait for him, wait for him. And you're gone. KV2 is... I think you gotta be a little patient in at times. Better to think ahead because that long aim time really rewards you if you kind of plan out where the enemy is going to be. Pretty good match on both of our parts. Graham got a little over 1700 damage. I got a little under 1700 damage. And pretty straightforward KV2 game. Especially with two of them, you can two-shot pretty much almost every tank that you come across, unless you come across a lot of tier 8s. Alright, so let's just hop into... Well, we try to mouse out. Getting close to breaking 5 million credits here. I'm saving up for another tier 10, so... I'm getting there. Little by little. Grinding credits out by playing mainly tier 10s. That's why I don't exactly get many new tanks. Alright, so Live Oaks. Not exactly the mouse's friend. Mainly because the buildings are not very tall. Well, thank you, Zach. It would seem like we play a lot. We do platoon from time to time, but a little bit of planning goes a long way. Which, if anybody ever wants a platoon, feel free to ask me.
Auf geht's!
But feel free to ask me. I usually platoon with people here or there. Now the mouse. But yeah, the new inscriptions are... I hope that they're going to change. I don't like the... Not only the price, I feel like they're a little overpriced, but they should also make them a little bit more accessible for credits. And on top of that, the bonuses tied to them. I feel like you should be allowed to pick your bonuses and not have, say, a 3% loader skill or something tied to a specific inscription. Just because you're going to see everybody running around with the same inscriptions based off of loader skills for most tanks, other ones commander skills for the vision, and just all around inscriptions for your crew. No one's going to use specific ones for drivers and whatnot. So hopefully they change that before release. I feel like they're going to tweak it a little bit. Probably not as much as they will need to right off the bat, but when the premium camo bonuses came into play, a little bit of hate there, but in the end, I feel like they worked out pretty well. Yes, pay to win comes to mind, but at the same time, they're accessible enough for credits that I feel like the camo's well balanced. Now, they just have to do that with the inscriptions. Okay, I forgot. Duh. That building is not destructible, Cody. Just trying to get here just in time to hit that mouse. Alright, now gotta worry about artillery now. So they're gonna be focusing on me here. And I'm gonna take a little bit of a gamble here. Surprise, surprise, you bet you didn't expect this. Nobody ever expects a assault mouse, but sometimes doing the unexpected stupid thing pays off well, and in this case it does. But this is why I love the mouse. I am not afraid to just dive in on the enemy stupidly. Alright, you're gonna want to angle like that, I'll just go through your side armor. Yeah, my best is in a T95 just flanking somebody with it. You just have to feel really bad if you get flanked by a T95. But the mouse, a little bit more difficult in it just due to its sheer size. This T28 prototype must be like, oh shit. Nice shot there. So far we haven't lost a tank though. Hopefully we keep it that way. But yeah, equipping the spall liner on your super heavy tanks, I almost always keep it that way. You do lose a little bit more mobility, but I feel like the trade-off for added protection from HE is well worth it. I do not have a shot. I like how their mouse and IS-7 are complaining. Yeah, they're platoon, and they're still in the match. But they're the guys who, without much support in the town, decided like it was a good idea to push up into the 2 line where they're cut off from their team because we kind of surrounded them on 3 sides. Had they sat back a little further, they would have been better off, and we would probably still be trying to break through them. Not that we would have lost in the end, in my opinion, but they would have put up a little bit more of a fight, and they had a chance doing that. But yeah, you always have to be aware of your flanks. Yeah, they kind of pushed up and just sat there, but it's their own undoing. So overall, pretty decent match here for us. Nothing lighting up the board, but decent damage-wise for us. Blocked a little bit of damage, 320 there, and I assisted with 424, but decent amount of credits, quick, easy win. Okay, so let's see, next up Alright, T-49 tier 8. Yeah, I've got to find something decent enough to match him in that. I am working towards the T-49. I feel like my next tank is going to be the Centurion Action X turret that they're putting in. Then, most likely, the Chinese Tier 10 medium. Then I'm working towards the T-49. Just a little bit short on credits here. Seems like the same in World of Warships. Very low on credits. I have enough experience to get whatever I want, but in both games, credits seem to be a little bit more important. Yeah, I guess stick with saying WZ-132. I will not try to pronounce it. Alright, so I'm not going to pop down here. I'm just going to close a little bit of the range here and test my luck. Let's just get into cover real quick. Didn't want to push my luck too far. A lot of people get pushed down to try to spot, and a lot of times the enemy will just kind of call your bluff and push right into you. That was a pretty lucky hit there. But when I'm fighting and I'm moving around a lot, it is better to auto aim in my opinion, just because it'll keep the gun on it at all times. Worry more about driving and less about shooting at the tank. Alright, so he's... Darn it. Thought I was going to be able to catch him there. Alright, so now I run into the problem of not exactly a great fighter head on. So in this case, let's just head down here, tap on my reverse, and let's do a little bit of spotting. Hopefully my team's going to do well enough in the south, but I feel like I'm going to be a benefit to my team being down here rather than just take him out real quick before they can react to me. And this guy, he's tracked. I'll try to track him again. He's gonna get popped. Nice job. I'm just gonna pop up again. Don't know if there's any other enemy tanks here, but we should be... Alright, he got hit. Alright, so they're pushing over here. That's a little bit of a problem. Let's see where this waffle trigger goes, though. Ah, shit. Of course now oh, there's a Type 62 still back there. Surprised. Surprised that he sat there and waited rather than popping out and actually taking a shot at us. But hell. Oh shit, he's pointing at me. Holy crap, I am very surprised that Waffle Trigger decided to turn around and aim at the light tank instead of trying to take out a little bit more dangerous tank to his team. But, to each their own. Watch a little bit of T-49 now. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this tank whenever I get it. I guess I should play more tier 8 premiums, but I find tier 10s much more enjoyable. Ooh, they got wrecked up there. It's a pretty nice team here. Still better than the 183 match earlier where I'm pretty sure I did 0. Alright, so pretty decent win here. Didn't do much damage wise for either of us. Didn't really spot any, but hell, I'll take a win. So it's just, I'm going to be playing an ad here real quick for most of you. And then next up here, I'm going to be, let's see, let's pop into, let's try out the E75 here. Ooh, that's pretty nice for a T49. Alright, so mines and counter. So I'm going to give this area a shot. Zero line usually works out for me pretty well in something with a decent amount of armor. Kind of... Yep. But yeah, getting up pretty early to do breakfast and lunch isn't exactly fun, but at least you get done early. Alright, so hello there, Nathaniel. And also Studios and Zach again. I'm trying to keep an eye on all the chats here. It gets a little bit away from me at times, since I've got to still play. Alright, so he's got a shot on me. Just trying to keep his attention here. I don't want to get... Alright, see you, Zach. Thanks for stopping in again. That sucks about your computer though, Nathaniel. Hopefully you get it fixed. I'm lucky enough I haven't experienced too many computer problems recently. Yeah. Yeah, let's see. least he killed my radio man. I'm not too concerned about him. But it would be nice to get this E75 out here. Which, yeah, he's gonna most likely fire at me again. But I'll take a little bit of damage from him if we can get him out. Alright. So let's see my luck here. Got a shot on him. There we go. Alright, so we also have this T-28 prototype over here as well. Not too concerned about him. That T-30 on the hill is a little bit of a problem. But right now, not too concerned about the SU-122. He doesn't have a high shot at penetrating me, but pretty quick and easy win for us here. Let's just, and I bounced. But this map, I find it a lot of times, if just focus on the map or the flag here, and you'll do pretty well, because a lot of times you can cap them out before they can get to your last guy back there. Pretty quick and easy win here though. I'll take it. Yeah, nice job, Graham. He did a little over 3,000 damage. I did right around 2,400 damage there. Pretty nice, easy win. Which I have a 60-second delay, Nathaniel. Alright now. So what tank to play next? Which, yeah, I have a 60-second delay on the chat. So if it takes me a second to answer a question or kind of respond to you, just hold it out. Usually I'll keep a decent eye on it unless I'm in the middle of a pretty intense fight. Now I'm going to hop into the IS-7 here. Behind the T110E3, this is probably my next go-to tier 10 tank. So let's see how this goes. Now I'm here alone, so I pop back to kind of a safe tank to play alone. The IS-7 I feel is well rounded and has enough strengths to hold up well playing alone in a public match. I'll take a look at your pranks, J Stu Studios. I'll take a laugh here or there. Now, yeah, I haven't exactly. Shit, I'm playing Assault here. Where do I want to go now? I think I'm gonna go on the other side. I thought I was playing Standard Battle for a second, and looked down at the map. I'm like, shit, why am I spawning up here? But yeah, I haven't exactly played World of Tanks Blitz. It does look interesting though, but yeah, I don't play much on my mobile phone. Let's see, there's the T94 or T49 pushing hard here. I want to see where he ends up. He's most likely going to end up in the ditch here. Not exactly. Oh, shit. Wasn't expecting him to, the E100 to shoot me, but I'll at least take one more peek. I am a little vulnerable to Artie here, but we need to get this T4 or T49. I keep trying to say T95, but no, that is wrong. So he's gonna try to get a nice hit on me here. I'm gonna try. Oof. Thankfully he missed. But I'd say I'm going to try not to get shot by him because that'll hurt. I was trying to keep my lower glacis angled at him. But I did not want him to hit me in the side, which he came very, very, very close to. Alright, so this guy, let's try to get him out. No way we're going to save that AMX-13, but yeah. Alright, so let's try to give this a shot for the E50. Take him out. Yeah, I do miss the machine gun sticking up on the old IS-7 model, but yeah, the HD one, I still think it looks pretty snazzy. Taking a little bit of a risk here for Artie, but at the same time, there's a lot of tanks up here. I'm gonna kind of ping that for my team, so hopefully the guys in the south get their asses moving. Could have used that shot though. So most likely Artie is zeroing in on me. I've got to be a little concerned here, but at the same time, if they follow me, I'll take that for now. They've got to worry about me getting towards their SPGs, and if that prevents them from pushing to our base, hell, let's try something new and go after SPGs and an IS-7. That was a pretty lucky shot there. I'll take it though. But they're pretty much going to have to go into oh shit mode. There's an IS-7 heading towards us. Not too concerned about that KV-5. I am concerned about this AMX 1390 though. That was pretty bad shot on my part. So he's just going to blow right on by me, which is why I started preemptively turning here. And got myself in a little bit of a pickle here. But fortunately these guys do not have good penetration. I've got myself a very good commander here. Just gonna ram him a little bit. I use this commander in my KV-5, so I can do quite a bit of ramming damage against light tanks in this. So that KV-5's stuck on the hill. Probably have Artie's attention down here, so I'm just gonna kind of push towards them, see how this works out. But they're definitely set up for me now. But hopefully it helped my team out enough to where I did enough to help them. Whew, another good shot in IS-7. This rarely happens. Someone must... Whew, never mind. Just as I was saying, I was getting lucky. Get killed by a T-92. I probably should have expected a tank to sit up there, but hell, I was going into uncharted territories there, attacking with a IS-7 like that. So in the end though, as long as our team holds out here, we should have a victory. I think I've caused a little bit of a disruption back there for their tanks. I probably would have been better off facing off against that KV-5 head on, killing him, then going after their tank, but at the end of the day, I think I did pretty well. We'll see though. Enemy still has the advantage. They just do not have the advantage time-wise, which for assault is pretty important. Alright, so I'm just gonna watch this guy here for a second. See how he does. Hopefully this Artie's not paying. Nice job. So I say, hopefully he's not paying attention and he can kill him. Holy shit. T92. He should just rush him. T92 cannot hit you. But yeah, if he gets close enough to that T92, he can't point down enough to actually hit him. But that also works. Or that. But yeah, with Assault Defense, I find it best. A lot of people turn off the mode, but I do like playing it. Our team did the right thing. I find it best to push out, gain map control, and oftentimes you kind of surprise the enemy by doing that. If you sit back and try to defend the flag and let the enemy take most of the map, then you're most likely going to lose. Whew. That was pretty risque hit on that T110E5, but it worked out for him. Alright, so now we have this KV5. No clue where he could have gone, but we'll see. There's only 2 minutes left, so I'll wait and see how this ends. Because it could have went either way. Alright, so that's a little bit of a dick move if he's truly in B5. Even if someone's playing bad, it's not right to call out their location. Not that I'm gonna bother reporting them or anything, but mental note. Like how they're picking on that T30, but he's alive. He did something. He took a little bit of damage, so we're gonna win anyway. Better be happy than complaining at this point in the match. Alright, so this guy should have a pretty... Ah, shit, never mind. That KV5 is very good at hiding and shooting at people. And not really doing anything. You shouldn't... Okay, he's not pointing at him. So I'd say you shouldn't pop out there. The KV5 doesn't have that long of a reload. So I would say pretty successful match here, up until when the T92 erased me from existence. So pretty decent match, 3,962 damage. Blocked a little under 2,800 and spotted for a little over 1,500. I'll take a little bit of a reward. Finally got over 5 million credits too. Been working on that for quite a while now. I am really bad at saving credits in this game. I usually end up spending them very quickly. Either on playing my 183 or T92 with gold ammo, or just by buying a tier 6 to tier 8 tank to fill in my garage. Alright, so the E100 here. Compared to the mouse, the E100, I play a little bit more safe in it, just because the lower glacis, a little weaker overall, because it's a bigger target. You can still angle, but mainly your turret a little weaker, just because basically the angles on are a little bit easier to hit, and especially to penetrate when you're facing tier 10 TDs. Fortunately in this match there aren't a lot of tier 10 TDs. Do have to be concerned because there is an enemy E100 and E3. The E5, formidable foe, but I'm going to be pushing down this line pretty aggressively and see how that goes. Now, if I run into the E100, okay, I'll do my best to duel off against him. However, if I face two tier 10s, that's when the E100, it still holds up well, but if I face that E3, he can pretty much auto-pen me. Not 100%, but high enough to where I'm not exactly comfortable playing as aggressively as you usually see in E100. Now, when you're not facing Tier 10 TD, I pretty much play it like I was playing the mouse. I just pick a spot, see an opening, dive right on into it, and hope for the best. E100, compared to the mouse, armor-wise a little bit lower, especially on the sides and rear. However, you're still pretty good at deflecting shots if you can angle well enough. Even if you're surrounded, just keep wiggling around. You're going to throw off people's aim pretty decently, and your high amount of HP can really give you a little bit of wiggle room. Now, usually this happens, everybody hits their brakes, they don't really do anything, and your team ends up losing by losing the other side of the map. That's why I decided to push down here. Whether or not this actually works, who knows. Okay, I was expecting that E50 to push up, but he's smarter than the average bear. Usually people see a shell come over, they're like, oh, they fired at me. Let's just pop over here. There's not going to be a second shell coming my way. Alright, so there's an enemy 100. Looks like he might have fired though. My problem is this IS-4 is trudging in my shot here, which this E3, I think he fired. No, he's moving back to round up another shot here. I've got to back up though. That E3, gotta wait for help here. I do not want to take a shot because he can penetrate my turret very easily. Just waiting for our backup here. They're not going to be able to fight all of us here. But he's still pointing at us. I know he doesn't have a very good gun traverse. So once I see him pop to shoot somebody else, then I'll pop out. Alright, so that E3, he's backing up. I'm gonna head a little angled here. There we go. Just gonna wait for him to fire, which he bounced off. Now I should be able to. Of course, I hit his upper glacis there. You want to aim right inside the tracks on the T110 series. Basically, there's a little clip, and that usually houses the weakest armor on their lower glacis. It's just unfortunate because it's very close to the strongest armor on the T110 series on the front. Alright, so okay, so he got obliterated. Just gonna keep angling my turret the best I can, but one more hit on him should do him in. Great, he's kind of hunkering down here. Hunkering down. I'll take a shot at that Type 4, what the hell. I'm just going to back on up. Alright. Just going to keep my turret angle the best I can. Okay. Type 57, or T57. But learning how to angle your E100 and mouse is very important in the grand scheme of things. Don't angle and you're going to find yourself completely outclassed with other tanks. And a lot of people just can't adapt to playing a mouse or E100. Granted, I'll admit it's not exactly the most practical two tanks at times, but learning how to angle your armor goes a long way for German tanks. Alright, so I'm gonna let those. I was gonna let him get the shot in, but what the hell? I'll take it if they want to give it to me. This poor little tank here. Yeah, He might make it. He might make it. Keep going. You can do it, AMX. You can make it. I doubt... Oh, IS-4 ruined it for him. I wanted to see him make a break for it. So I would say that was a pretty decent match there in the E100. Mastery badge, second class. Hand of God. I forget what that is. Okay. So many awards now. Did a nice even 3,500 damage. Experience-wise, second most of my team too. Nice job on that other E100. I deflected 2,850 damage. Most of that from that E3 on my turret. And spotted for a little bit. Of course, I lost a little bit of credits because I was firing heat rounds, which the E100 needs. But I missed a couple of them. Which, as you see here, that's the downside. 235mm penetration works with your AP round against mediums, but most of the time you're better off sticking with heat, not HE, heat with 334mm, but just makes it very expensive to play the E100, which, as you see here, dropped me below my 5 million credits. So let's hop to a different tank here. Let's go on a different end of the spectrum, the FV215B Heavy, which a lot of people are a little upset right now because the Chieftain Mark 6, I believe, which was to replace this tank in one of the next patches, has been postponed indefinitely. If you don't know about the Chieftain, it's similar to the FV as far as playstyle. Poor hull armor, decent turret armor, all around good tank. Chieftain probably resembles a T110E5 that has poor hull armor, but better stats elsewhere. Now the FV, very poor gun depression. Hull armor, not too great, as you see here. Your upper glacis can be penetrated by most tier 10s, lower glacis by everything. Taking damage here will do damage to your engine, possibly ammo, and set you on fire. Now your turret armor, only good head on, and tier 10s can still penetrate you at times with your turret facing directly at them. Mainly because if they're shooting down at it, if they're higher than you, they're pretty much going to penetrate you. If they're in a tier 10 tank destroyer, they can penetrate you. So there's a lot of downsides to this tank. But in the rare case that you can not get shot by a lot of enemies, you can do pretty well in this because it does have a very good gun for a tier 10 heavy. But on the downside, with that great accuracy, rate of fire, and on the move accuracy, you don't have a lot of ammo, which, as you see here, as far as total ammo, pretty damn low. I've even debated not having any HE rounds, which I almost never would consider on a tank. But in this tank, I've run out of ammo probably more times than in every other tank I've played. I would probably say about 4 or 5 times playing this tank, which sounds low, but how many times do you actually run out of ammo in a tank? And if you think about that, that's pretty high. Now, I wanted to go on this side mainly to fight on the hill. I know I have bad gun depression, but since there's no artillery, I could very easily have used that to my advantage to be able to control most of that side of the map except for directly beneath the hill. Now without... Okay, this guy's pushing pretty hard here. There's one miss. Now from this range, my armor is decent. Again, not great, but decent enough to wear. Shit. Are you kidding me? At least I hit him, but at the end of the day, not too well there. Alright, so I'm wasting too much ammo already. They spotted me. I'm going to push up behind this jagged tiger here. Let's see how my luck goes. Most of our team's in the middle, which I've noticed that now knowing this, most of our team's in the center. I've seen that a lot, and kind of sucks because really this map plays well if you play towards the edges with a few people spotting in the center. But I've seen a lot of people recently focus more on the middle, which it works out sometimes, but at the same time it makes it a little harder to push ahead. You get flanked a lot of times. Alright, so that hurt.
We've lost the track. We're stuck here. Enemy is hit.
Alright, so as long as I'm not taking a ton of damage,
Drive on. We damage them.
I'm just gonna slowly keep moving here. But unfortunately I'm starting to take a little bit more damage than I wanted to.
Let's move. We've lost the track. We're stuck here.
Be nice if some of those guys in the middle would help push up the spot a little bit.
Get going.
Alright, there's an IS-8. I was about to say, where the hell is that guy? So my driver's out. Kind of sucks, but I do want to get further back here just to push ahead. I still have a decent amount of HP. Not too concerned about that. But I just want to turn this flank here so their guys in the middle kind of back off. But you want to push all the way down here. You don't want to turn in too soon, or else you're going to take a lot of fire from the middle. Basically, not the edge of the map, but the first quadrant and A. Alright, now, so let's see how this goes. Alright, stay still there, Pershing. Now, FV very good at long range fire, and except for when people beat you to the kill. So I'm just going to stay back here. My armor can deflect some shots, so I'm not going to push it too much here. Just gonna never mind. So I'd say I'm just gonna keep firing here, but I ran out of targets. So let's just push up a little bit and see what opens up for us. Which after this, I probably have 2 more battles in me. So if there's any specific tanks you want me to play, let me know in chat, and I'll do my best to get to them. Alright, so this bat chat looks... Never mind, he's dead. Looks like he was gonna push on over. But we've pretty much got them pinned now. Just gonna sit here and wait for guys to pop over. I don't have any gun depression, so trying to push over is not in my best interest now. I'll gladly just sit on the cap and rack up some free points. Hello, Mr. Batchat. Yeah, you're gonna do damage to me, but at the end of the day, I do not think that you're gonna live to tell about. Alright, so that team of 10E5's out. Fortunately for me, they did not hit my lower bases, but I'll take that. That's pretty much the only play they had there, and just unfortunate for them that they were a little bit behind and couldn't make it up. Alright, so I'm debating pushing over, but with 93 HP, do I really want to push over there and die? Probably not. But the upper glacis, I did bounce a couple shots off of that. It's strong head-on if you're on level ground or if they're shooting up at it. But I'm kind of surprised because they were higher than me. They most likely got very unlucky there. Yeah, that other T-32 is far down there. I'd rather sit on the cap and end this a little quicker. Or not. I guess they destroyed them pretty quickly. Alright, so pretty decent match there. Steel wall, very surprising. Damage-wise, 4,035. Deflected, a little under 2,000 damage. Spotted for a little over 1,300. So, pretty good match there. FV's just one of those tanks that's not really reliable, but you do have your matches in it. So let's try a M24 Chaffee out. I've played it in all the other streams and figure I'll give it another shot here. It's one of the only tier 5s I own. I own a lot of premium tier 5s, but I don't keep too many standard ones. But the Chaffee, I feel like it's a great scout tank. And at the same time, your gun's not strong, but you can still do a lot of damage in it if you keep at it. So I'm going to pop up the 3/4 line. Okay, so doing a little bit of misdirection there. Sometimes that actually works, believe it or not. I've had people where I've said something in chat like that by accident, didn't say anything afterwards, and people, you'll find, will actually fall for it. The Centurion, yeah, I can play that, Nathaniel. No, I was kidding about G6, but I'm just going to take a quick pop here. But yeah, I can play the Centurion after this. It'll probably be my last match. Getting a little close to 11 p.m. here, and I've got to get up a little early tomorrow. Alright, so far have not seen anything up here. There's one tank, two tanks. I'm starting to slip a little bit. Don't know if he's actually playing, but hopefully my team has a shot on him because he was not moving. Alright, so I'm definitely lit up now. Yeah, foreplay, foreplay, I get it now. I've played a lot of the tanks I wanted to get to tonight, so if anyone has any specific tanks, I usually field requests, and any tank I own I like playing. Even if they don't seem like the best tanks in the world, I'll always hop into a tank if somebody wants me to. Yeah, he's definitely not exactly paying attention there.
We didn't even scratch them.
Get his attention here. Don't believe I can penetrate him, but at least I'll draw his attention away. Alright, so we have a ton of enemies in the town there. I'm gonna shift gears here and... oh shit, never mind. T-34 behind me. I know he doesn't exactly have... oh shit. Didn't expect him to actually... Alright, so I'm just gonna keep on wiggling here the best I can. Keep my auto aim on, but lead him right to my Cromwell. Okay, Thank you for hitting my engine again. Thank you very much. Who was that? The SU-85B. That actually worked out. Even though my engine is now destroyed, I'm still alive. I'll take that. But oftentimes, if I'm focusing on driving first, I find I live a little bit longer. I don't like auto aim for most cases, but sometimes in light tanks, just click on auto aim and run away. It's your best bet. Gonna be a little bit of a waste here with APCR, but I'll take it just to give me a little bit of a free kill there. But I've got good camo in this thing, so why don't we make things interesting actually and push right through the cap? What the hell, let's go for it. What's T-44? I'll try to get to that jackalope. I'll see if I have time. I've definitely got to get off around 11 p.m. tonight, so we'll see. I don't even know if I own a T-44 anymore, but if I do, I'll pop in it for you. If not, I'll try to buy it for next time. I know I have a T-54, definitely. Not too sure if I still have my T-44 though. Okay.
We didn't even scratch them.
So I got an OI there. Ooh, shit.
We didn't penetrate their armor.
Fortunately, Japanese heavy tanks have better armor on their rear than they actually have on their sides, so even with APCR, it was pretty slim chance for me to penetrate in there. So a decent match here. I got a Scout Award. Experience-wise, up there, top 4. Damage-wise, middle of the pack. Not a great game statistically, but win's a win. Alright, so somebody mentioned the Centurion and T-44. I definitely have the Centurion. T-44, I believe I do not have. But next time, I don't think I have it. Yeah, next time I'll try to play a T-54 and other Russian mediums. Alright, so the Centurion Mark 1. Hopefully, in the next stream, I'll have the Centurion Mark 7, or depending on when the patch comes out, the Centurion Action X turret, the new tier 10 that's going to be replacing the FV4202. Looks like somebody knows me, yay! Alright, so not exactly the best tank to be in for an assault.
Let's go.
For an assault mode, I'm just trying to think at where I can go here. The problem with the Centurion Mark 1 is you don't have hull armor and you do not have turret armor either. You're pretty much a very large medium and your gun's good, but it's not great. You do a very good penetration for your standard round, but doesn't exactly translate to a very practical tank to use. Not saying it's a bad tank, but it's not a great tank. So I'm pretty much going to play this. I don't know. Yeah, foreplay. I used to always hate when Clan Wars got over. Definitely wish that Clan Wars when I played was a little different and like it now, where you can have different tiers, but also the whatchamacallit, I forget what they're called, strongholds. There we go. I haven't exactly played Strongholds in a while either, if at all, and kind of wish that they were around when I was playing Clan Wars, because I feel like it's come a long way. It's not perfect right now, but it's definitely better than it was a couple years ago.
Armor is damaged.
I gotta love... Oop, shit. Don't want to get shot by my eyes, sorry. Alright, so there's 2 tanks right here. Do not want to pull in front of them. I'm just gonna... Yeah, you don't want to go there. Here's this KB5.
Penetrate their armor.
Help me! Help me! No! I'm trying to run away here. Not saying that I'm more valuable than them, but I would very much like to not die
We're stuck here.
by being flanked like that. Now, I'm most likely gonna die here because I keep getting tracked. I just pulled out just far enough to where I'm in trouble. And unfortunately, yep, I'm dead.
This vehicle has had it.
And definitely my fault there. I was too worried about that KV5 behind me. I pulled out just far enough to where they had enough to track me and keep me tracked. So that opens up one more battle here. Somebody had mentioned the T-44, which I don't have, but I do have the T-54, which definitely not the same tank as far as the playstyle. T-44 a lot more mobile, especially with that top engine. A lot less overall armor, but at the same time they're kind of similar in appearance. But T-54, you actually have armor. Yeah, Nathaniel, I definitely died. But yeah, with that 60-second delay, a little bit longer than 60 seconds at times, depending on how my bit rate and everything's going. But yeah, I died, just to answer your question in the chat. But that's something a lot of people fail to take into account at times, is basically extending your track wheel out a little too far. I kept getting tracked and wasn't taking damage, but it leads you to where my teammates moved, I died, I put myself in a bad spot. That was completely my fault, but it happens. Unfortunately for... oh shit, sorry IS7. Unfortunately for me, live streaming can't cover that up. Oh crap. Okay, this guy just cut me off too. I wanted to go up to one line, but I guess I'm heading down here now. Thank you very much, T71. I wanted to go up to one line and push further, but fortunately I got out of there before anything bad happened to me. Ooh, he took a big shot there. I took a big shot there. Now these guys, if they're smart, they're gonna push into me. If they're smart. I'll gladly sit here and not let them push into me though. But hell, if they had pushed into me, they would very easily have taken me by now. I know I have a crap ton of people behind me, but had they pushed on me in the beginning, I highly doubt that they would have pushed that far. But yeah, next time I'm on World of Tanks, feel free to invite me. I'll play whatever tier you guys are highest at, or whatever you want to play. Just depending on the tier. If it's not tier 10, I'll probably just play maybe 3 or 4 matches in before popping out to something else. But I'm always open to platoon if I'm not doing something specific. Now right now I'm kind of limited in what I can do due to my HP and position. Kind of fortunate that they have not pushed into me. There are those 2 tanks back here, but come on. Just want to keep these guys kind of... Shit, this 155 got by me. It's just unfortunate because I'm not really that useful right now. I would like to be using my gun, but I can't go off the waterfall or the dried up waterfall. And hopefully my team can finish off some of these low HP tanks. I can't exactly help him out here. Alright, he gave me just enough to hit him. I just unfortunately did not have a good shot on him right there. Ah, shit, that T-54, he thought about it. Unfortunately, our team is not doing too good. Not doing too good here. So, I saw him coming. I'm gonna die here. Alright now, so that didn't exactly work out in my favor either. We're getting steamrolled there. So 2 quick matches, and yeah, we did pretty well on Siegfried Line now. But I'll pop in back into the Centurion since I have a couple minutes left. Yeah, let's see how this goes. But the Centurion, I found it very difficult when I was still doing just standard videos on YouTube for creating decent videos about the Centurion, because it's just so bleh. Like, there's nothing special about the Centurion Mark 1. Centurion Mark 7, I believe, is a great tank at tier 9. I've played it before on a test server and on a media account, but the Mark 1, it just doesn't have anything to warrant actually keeping it or wanting to play it. Now on maps like this, I can't exactly say I'm looking forward to this. I'm probably going to push up the 8-0 line just because the enemy has that platoon of IS-6s. I'm most likely going to run into them if I stay on the 1-3 line. Not that they couldn't go 8-0, but I'm just taking a guess here. But the problem with it is you just can't really fight heavies that well. You can't fight mediums that well. It just doesn't really have that great of a role unless your team's doing very well. In that case, your gun can come in handy because you can damage most things with it fairly easily, but you just don't really have that go-to trait that you can really rely on. Alright, so hopefully my team pushes hard here. I'm going to go out on a whim just because we have a lot of people over here and hope that they kind of fall in behind me. Alright, so I'm taking shots here from this E25. We gotta get him out very quickly. I'm gonna take one more shot at him and then leave him to the other guys. Now there's this freaking super Pershing over here. However, I'm gonna worry more about the prototype and this T20. Okay, Mr. Prototype, you're gonna hurt me, but I'm hopefully gonna, well, not get shot by my teammates in the ass the entire time. Which, holy shit, they're already in our base. This is not exactly good for us. This is one of the classic battles where we're outnumbered pretty much everywhere. Good shit, I'm gonna die here. Or maybe not. I was about to say, I don't really have any cover to hide behind.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Which we are ahead. But we'll see how long that lasts.
Centurion.
Okay, so this SU-100 here. Yeah, of course I bounced. We'll try this side out. Let's see how this goes. Ah, shit. Ah, at least I destroyed him. I'll take that. But yeah, the Centurion Mark 1 Nathaniel, hold down, it can do it because it has good gun depression, but you can still be penetrated on the turret fairly easily by other tier 8s if they aim decently enough. And I just don't really bother trying to do that too much just because it's not a sure thing. But yeah, these guys are really squandering our lead here. They had a chance to win, and they kept pushing, but they're kind of dilly-daddling here, and these IS-6s are just gonna, unfortunately, roll over us. But pretty crappy way to end the stream, these last few matches, but you can't get lucky the entire time. But I will be streaming again tomorrow night, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. World of Warships. And then Wednesday and Thursday, unless something changes, I'll be streaming World of Tanks Wednesday, World of Warships Thursday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. This is all Eastern Standard Time. So feel free to subscribe. You'll keep up to date with when I'm streaming. If not, all my streaming will be here on YouTube. You can always find it on my YouTube channel, even on my websites, wattguru.com and mensgaming.com for World of Warships. There's a little video on the left side that'll show my most recent stream and also any current live streams if it's on. Otherwise, I mentioned this in the last streams, but we're still inching closer to 1,000 followers on YouTube for wattguru.com. I think we're at 993 as of right now. Once we hit 1,000, there will be a giveaway, giving away some gift shop prizes. Alright, so what was that little thing over here? Alright. Okay. So overall, not exactly a great match. Low under 2,000 damage. But at the same time, damage blocked by armor, 0. Pretty much anything that hits you penetrates you, which is the problem. So anyway, thanks for watching the stream. It was definitely fun playing with M-Gram, and did pretty well up until the end there. Last couple battles didn't exactly go my way, but what can you do at times? Sometimes you're lucky, sometimes you're not. But anyway, thanks for watching the stream, and hope to see you guys around again.